Now we will take another situation. That is, what will happen if there is a change in demand? Okay, so we will talk about these changes in demand with the help of this particular diagram. What will happen if there is a change in demand? In this particular diagram, we take this D2 as the original demand curve. We take this MR2 as the original supply curve, the original marginal revenue curve. We also have this MC curve, that which is the marginal cost curve. So if demand decreases, let's see what will happen. If there is a decrease in demand, we will have the new demand curve by the name of D1. Okay, and we will also have the new marginal revenue curve by the name of MR1. If there is a fall in demand, okay, a firm things like, because the demand for his products is become lower, he will try to lower the price of his goods. Okay, so the moment he do that, his other fellow producers will also do the same. That means they will follow that very same pattern. And what happened was, under such a situation, this LD portion of the demand curve is said to be inelastic or less elastic compared to the HD2 portion of the original demand curve. And uh, further, if you look at this particular situation, after there is a decrease in demand, if you look at the gap EF, it's getting wider, or this gap EF is more wider than the gap AB. Okay, and what happened is that, again, if you look at the marginal cost curve, the marginal cost curve did still cut the marginal revenue curve within the gap. So what actually happened is that, if you look at the position of the two kings, that is, at the king H in the old demand curve, at the new king L in the new demand curve, what happened was they lie in the same level, which means even though there is a reduction in demand, okay, the same price will prevail in the market. But the only difference is that there will be a reduction in the output. That means uh, output will decrease from OQ2 to OQ1. And so long as the marginal cost curve cuts the marginal revenue curve within this discontinuous portion, the same price will prevail in the market. On the other hand, if we look at another situation, what will happen if demand increases? Okay, if that situation occurs, yes, we take this D1 as the original demand curve, this MR1 as the original marginal revenue curve. If demand increases, we will have the new demand curve by the name of D2. We will have the new marginal revenue curve by the name of MR2. And again, still we have this marginal cost curve, that is MC. If demand increases, okay, what happened was, since the marginal cost curve still cuts the marginal revenue curve within the gap, within the discontinuous portion, what happened? The same price will prevail in the market. But through the increase in demand, okay, quantity supplied will increase from OQ1 to OQ2. Here, if demand increases, there will always be a tendency on the part of the producer to raise the price of his product. And the moment a seller or a producer um, raise the price in order to gain more profit due to the increase in demand, his fellow rivals will also will follow that very steps. Okay, the result is that if that happens, the gap AB will becoming smaller and smaller, And as long as the MC curve lie within the gap AB, nothing will happen. Price will still remain the same. But like what I've been telling you, this gap AB will continue to become smaller and smaller, and once the marginal cost curve cuts the marginal revenue curve above the point A, there will be a change. Okay, that means there will be an increase in price and there will be a reduction in the quantity supplied or in the output. And this whole analysis point out that this price rigidity is likely to prevail if there is a price reduction move on the part of all the sellers, whereas changes in cost and demand that leads to a price stability as long as the marginal cost curve that intersects the marginal revenue curve in its discontinuous portion. But price increase rather than price rigidity may be found in response to raising the cost or in increased demand. Okay, so this is an explanation relating to the King demand curve theory, which is presented by Professor Sweezy. So we'll stop here for today. Thank you.